Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, longtime astrologer, psychic healer, and yogi. In today's episode, my guest is Johnny Coe, also known as Shakti Das. He is a devotee of Divine Mother and a musician. And in today's episode, he's going to raise the love frequency. So stay tuned. Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. In today's episode, Johnny Coe, also known as Shakti Das, is going to raise the love frequency. If you remember, he's been on 2 previous podcasts, and each one has been full of juicy Shakti from Shakti Das. Johnny Coe is a devotee of Divine Mother and a musician. He is a modern-day yogi that challenges people to realize their infinite potential. Johnny Coe is a very talented musician who started playing Irish music as a child. He is also a Kirtan musician, which is the singing of Sanskrit mantra chants. Shakti Das, Johnny Coe, lives life following the promptings of Divine Mother. He is in the flow. This episode transmits Shakti, divine feminine healing, so listeners will receive a profound healing. Welcome, Shakti Das, Johnny Coe.
Thank you for the welcome.
Thanks for being here for the 3rd time. 3 times a charm, right?
That's what they say. All good things come in threes.
And we're going to be doing a very special gift for our listeners today. We're going to be raising the love frequency. And how are we going to do that, Johnny Coe?
How are we going to do that? We're going to drop into deep devotion, right?
Beautiful.
So, we're going to drop into the heart space, and not the Anahata space, but the Hridaya.
The Hrit Padma.
Yeah, the Hrit Padma, which is
spiritual heart.
The spiritual heart, which is the true essence of who we are.
That's right. That is where the divine lotus resides.
And the jewel in the lotus that they talk about.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
So you have some pretty uplifting information about devotion and this transpersonal heart that you wanted to share today. And I think the world needs it now.
Yes.
Because as you know, what the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Yeah. All you need is love.
So what are some of these?
So we were talking about this the other day, bhakti.
B-H-A-K-T-I, Sanskrit word for?
Devotion. And so we'll talk about bhakti, which is a devotional practice, which everybody can do. It's something that you don't need to know much about pujas or ritual or rites. You don't have to be an expert in anything. You can just do this by relating love experiences that you have in your own interpersonal everyday life with people. You know, the love that you have with your loved ones at home and everyday things. And you drop into that space of devotion, and you know, it's an ocean of bliss then, you know, so.
Right. Or if people are feeling like they maybe are carrying wounds in the heart or they're heartbroken, they can still access this place. In fact, those are some of the most amazing transformations when you see somebody who feels their heart is so blocked that they won't receive these transmissions. They're the ones who start crying the tears of devotion out of the right side of their, the corners of their eyes, and they start singing and blissing out.
And they're not tears of pain, they're tears of joy, they're tears of opening. The heart is cracking open. And I find I do this, you know, the first show I was here when I was talking about my mother, I started to feel this bliss, you know, this opening. It's this heart opening. It's beautiful. It's a release.
And it happens as a result of hearing true spiritual teachings from different gurus, as well as from doing the actual
chanting. It can happen.
Chanting.
That's the thing about bhakti, the practice, is it can happen at any time.
Right.
I remember when it happened for a load of people I was with, we were watching Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers. He was receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. I met him, by the way, and that's another podcast. One of the most amazing people. But he was receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. And one of the things that he did was he asked people to take 10 seconds in a silent meditation and to meditate and to think about the people that had nurtured them into being who they are. The most loving people, the most caring, loving, nurturing people that they could think of. And he set his watch for 10 seconds, and you could see the whole room was either smiling and or crying these tears you speak of. And it was the most beautiful 10 seconds I've seen on television. And so that's what we're talking about, you
Right.
know. It's not devoted to your television show or your non-fat caramel, no caffeine latte, you know, or all these other things that we're in love with in our life. But we get into this devotional space because that's who we are. We are love. And with all the suffering that you speak about that's going on and everybody's talking about, you know, what we need is that kind of love. We need to tap into that, right?
Right.
Because that's our true essence. We
And
said
then-
this before on one of the shows.
Right.
Our hearts are not designed to take on all of this suffering and all of these, juggle all of these things, these ideas and concepts that everybody's fighting and arguing constantly. Our
Right.
hearts are not. That's why you see children like this blocking their ears and blah, 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 blah. You know, we can't handle
And
it.
that's why we're seeing a lot of people shutting down.
That's right.
You know, that it's if they have any level of trauma, that just is just overload for them.
That's right.
Yeah, and the whole love vibration, people say that is, and it's true, it's the strongest vibration of the universe.
It's the highest one.
The
That's right.
strongest, the highest vibration of the universe, not just the planet, but the whole universe,
Mm.
the whole system. The other thing is that, you know, we hear the phrase love heals all.
Mm.
It's just there's so much power in it, but we are addressing it from the Vedic devotional aspect, which is bhakti. But like again, you don't have to follow the Vedic practices in order to experience it.
No.
And like one of your practices on a day-to-day basis is you just basically walk around and emanate that bhakti love frequency.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
how,
that's-
so maybe give my listeners some hints on how someone can do that.
Well, I just read this if I can. It's
Sure.
a quote from Ananda Mayima, and it's
Nandi Mayama was this guru who was alive in
great
the
saint. Yeah.
early 20th century, great female saint.
Mm-hmm.
There's great pictures with her with Paramahamsa Yogananda in the 1920s and 30s. She was beautiful to look at, but she was an emanation of the goddess. And so you have a quote from her about love.
I do. Well, it's about this idea of this light within the heart. So
Okay.
I'll read it. The light of the world comes and goes. It is unstable. The light that is eternal can never be extinguished. By this light you behold the outer light and everything in the universe. It is only because it shines ever within you that you can perceive the outer light. Whatever appears to you in the universe is due solely to that great light within you. And only because the supreme knowledge of the essence of things lies within the depths of your being is it possible for you to acquire knowledge of any kind. So there it is. It's in you. It's who you are. It's your true nature. So all the bhakti is just connecting to that divinity. That's you. That's who you are. It's your true essence.
Right.
Loving, caring being. Spreading love and kindness. That's who we are. We're kind beings.
Right, but one of the ways, some people may not be able to access it just by trying to drop into it. So that's why we're having this podcast, because one of the fastest ways to raise that love frequency is to chant the sacred Sanskrit mantra formulas, or even just music in general. We talked about
That's
this
true.
in the earlier podcast. When you're listening to really uplifting music or music that has a really nice memory association from your youth or whenever in your life, that can shift your vibration instantaneously and get you into that heart space.
I don't know when you remember this feeling, but when I was very young, I recognized the healing power of music. You know, I saw the effect it had on people in a very profound way. And then I thought, wow, this is, that I can make music, you know, and have that effect on people because of the effect it has on me. And then, of course, I understand the wholeness of it now. But it's so powerful what it can do. It can transform anything.
Yeah, and it's a shame that during these times of the pandemic that people weren't able to or allowed to go and hear musicians and music. And I think that was, not to be a Debbie Downer, but that was like a big travesty, because here people are suffering from all these different falling out, you know, particles of the, on many levels of the COVID. But what would be a great thing to do is to join and hear music playing and those sound vibrations and sing along. That has such a therapeutic value for people. You know, and so we're recording this in the spring of 2021, but I know that will come back. That music
Yeah.
will come back.
Every day I wake up and I sing. I grab one of these, my dotara, and I chant to the mother. I sing to God, every morning. And then before I go to bed, and all during the day I do that.
Okay, so when we come back, join Johnny Coe, Shakti Das, in chanting an uplifting sacred song. Shakti Das, I understand that you do a singing version of a mantra that I shared in the podcast Liberation Moksha Mantras, Mantras for Liberation, which is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I shared it in japa form, but I wanted to remind listeners that this mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, is such that it can provide spiritual guidance for one to attain the ultimate freedom from samsara, the eternal cycle of birth and death. Hence, the 12th syllabled mantra is hailed variously as the prime among Vishnu mantras, the ultimate one, and also a hymn of liberation, as well as activating the Sacred Heart.
Om Guru Pyo Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
That was a beautiful rendition of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya by Shakti Das. So that mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, was a Vishnu mantra, who is the Hindu masculine deity or manifestation of the masculine divine in the form of Vishnu. And for those who don't know their Hindu pantheon, Krishna is an incarnation of Vishnu, and Krishna is known as the god of love. And he gets together with his beloved Radha, and there are many mantras and Kirtan songs to Radha and Krishna, or Krishna, the god of love, himself. And so we are delighted to hear Johnny Coe play a Krishna song. Krishna has many names such as Govinda, Devakinanda, and
Gopala.
many other ones. Gopala. So Madhava. So many. So you're going to play us a Krishna song, Johnny Coe.
Yes. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radhi 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 Sham, Govinda Radhe Jashi Radhe. Radhi 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 Sham, Govinda Radhe Jashi Radhe.
There's a beautiful montage of Kirtan to Krishna and Radha from Shakti Das. So Shakti Das, I understand you have a story
Right.
that is a really nice parable about the love vibration. Can you share that with our listeners?
Sure. So with the Bhakti tradition here, we're talking about connecting to the divine and to this spiritual heart, right? And to the
Yes.
love. You don't really need to be a devotee of Krishna, Christ, anybody.
Right.
No specific deity, nothing, no religion, no scripture, nothing. But I had a friend who grew up in another country, and one day she said to me, "How do you pray? And what is prayer?" And she was really struggling with trying to find that connection to the divinity, you know, not just within, but that love.
Right.
And so what exemplified that love? And so we went through her history and we found the person, like Mr. Rogers had said in that Lifetime Achievement Award, that nurtured her into being. And we found it was a family member that was the most loving, you know, white light, beautiful being. And, you know, and that was her connection. And so she created an altar space and a practice space and just meditated on that love that she received from that being that connected her to her own spiritual, you know, identity, her own divinity. Right? So it's really that simple. And that's what the Bhakti tradition says, is that we just use our everyday experiences with love, right?
Right.
And to connect to the divine that way. And the singing, of course, gets us there quickly, except when I'm doing it in the studio because I'm a perfectionist.
You're
And I
doing
want
great,
several
Johnny
takes.
Coe, and you got more to go. You have more to share. But the interesting thing too, if people are like, "What do you mean? How can I fall into the love vibration?" Well, an easy explanation is that love is the opposite of fear. So drop the fear and get out of fear and find the alternative. And just again, connecting in to those times in your life when you have felt expansive and happy, because love and happiness and joy are the whole same spectrum, and they're a higher vibration than fear and worry and anxiety. So, you know, we can connect, like you said, with people or situations or memories when we were feeling that flowing love. But one of the easiest ways, as we discussed, is to listen to uplifting words or music, which is what we're doing today and we're sharing with you. Do you have another song for us, Shakti Das?
Yeah, it's like Paul McCartney said in Let It Be, right? You know, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be, right?
Right.
Beautiful. So, you know, that's what it's about. Let it all go. Drop it, right? And drop into this place of love. Your mother and your grandmother tell you, don't worry, no problem. I got you covered. You know?
Well, it's interesting because then what happens if you're radiating that or you're feeling that, there's something called entrainment where the higher frequency will bring the lower frequency up to align. It's not the other way around. And a good example of this is with essential oils. So the most powerful vibratory essential oil is rose, which, has a connection with Divine Mother, which is interesting. So if you're, not feeling so happy and you put rose oil on or something that has a strong, pure rose essence, you're going to automatically start feeling a little bit better and feeling a little softer. So it's, again, you're putting on a high vibrational oil, which is then going to raise your emotional frequency. Amazing how that works.
If you come into my loka, it'll smell really fragrant.
Shakti Das Loka, full of sandalwood, roses, and frankincense.
A lot of sandalwood.
Too bad we can't transmit we can transmit the auditory, but we can't transmit the sense of smell. We'll work on that technology.
Right, once upon a time.
Right. So when we come back, Shakti Das will share some devotional music.
Radhe Bolo Radhe Govinda Bolo Radhe Bolo Radhe Govinda Bolo Radhe 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 Sham Govinda Radhe Jai Shri Radhe 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 Sham Govinda Radhe Jai Shri Radhe 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 Sham Govinda Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Sham Gopal Radhe Radhe Sham Govinda Radhe Radhe Sham Gopal Radhe Radhe Sham Radhe 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 Sham Govinda Radhe Jai Shri 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 Radhe Hari Bolo Hari Bolo Hari Bolo Hari Bolo Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, featuring my guest Shakti Das, playing beautiful devotional music to activate the heart chakra. Sit back and enjoy some more. This is Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, signing off, sending you healing vibrations through the quantum field.
Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram Jai Sitaram, 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 Sitaram Jai Sitaram, 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 Sitaram Jaya 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 Sitaram. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om